Hey everybody, Reds fan 1979 coming back at you with a special baseball card video. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. It's the first weekend in August. It was a little rainy today this weekend, a little stormy here last night, but haven't made a video in a bit, and I wanted to show you guys a special event that I got to be part of, and it goes with kind of a childhood story, so you know how much I like stories for those of you guys that have watched my channel. I did post this on my Facebook page, so some of you that may have seen that, but just wanted to kind of talk about it in person. So you can kind of see here Barry Larkin. He was one of my favorite players from the 1990 Reds World Series team. I really started watching the Reds in 1989 when we moved from New Mexico back to Ohio here when my dad was in the military. And so really the very following year, I got spoiled because I became a Reds fan in 89, and like the very next year, right, they win the World Series. So got to go to a couple of cool events as a kid. I remember autograph signing I went to with my friend and his dad. We went and met Chris Sabo, who was awesome. He was kind of a underdog, but I loved him with the goggles. He had the very unique batting stance. And he did really amazing in the World Series. Unfortunately, most people don't remember him after that. I think he had like a stint with the Tigers or something, but great player for the Reds on that 1990 World Series team. Obviously, the superstars of that team were you got Jose Rijo, you had Barry Larkin and Eric Davis. They were kind of the two other, either infielders, outfielders. Joe Oliver was the catcher. You had the Nasty Boys pitching. So, anyways, after the Reds won the World Series, which they swept the A's, who were a heavy favorite, so it was really quite a remarkable feat. But I remember seeing that on TV and being excited, as a 10-year-old kid, getting to stay up late in October. But there was a celebrity basketball game that the Reds came and did. I want to say it was late 1990, early 1991 at Cincinnati Moeller High School. And those are the Reds fans, you've probably heard of Moeller High School. Barry Larkin came out of there, Ken Griffey Jr., a lot of the bigger name athletes that come from Cincinnati, basically went to Moeller High School. They're known for quite a amazing athletic tradition and nostalgia and all that. So they had this celebrity Reds basketball game at Moeller High School, and I went there with same friend and his dad. We sat and watched the game, and then at halftime you could go get free autographs. So of course I stood in the line for Barry Larkin, along with a couple hundred other kids and fans. And my friend actually went and stood in like a bunch of other lines and ended up getting like 4 other autographs while I stood in Barry Larkin's line. And unfortunately, it sort of has a sad end. The halftime ended literally like 2 people before me. He had to go back like 2 people before I was able to get his autograph. And I was a little bit disappointed, as a 10 or 11-year-old kid would be. But I just remember telling him like, hey, hopefully I'll see you again sometime. Well, that sometime was 3 weeks ago on July 11th, 2026. You guys can see this here. At Sports Gallery, which is in the North Cincinnati area. My friend JY, Jeremiah, let me know about it. Unfortunately, Sports Gallery is going to be closing. I had never been in there. I know they bring some stuff to Reds Fest. They've got a lot of autograph memorabilia, jerseys, bats, photos. They do a lot of autograph signings, and it's about 20-25 minutes, I would say, north of the downtown. It's off of 275, so not too hateful. But anyways, Jeremiah said, I think this could be your chance, because I was hoping to get the chance to meet him at some point, but I hadn't seen him come to Reds Fest or any other signings. So Jeremiah and I both got tickets to go. It wasn't crazy expensive. It was $72. And for a Hall of Famer's autograph, that's really not that expensive. And I think it was $20 for an inscription. So we basically got these tickets, and you can kind of see there's a number on there, 71. So basically, you had to go. He was there for like 3 hours, and I was shocked. I went there and I thought there'd be a big long line, but there wasn't. We went in and we only had to wait behind about 10 or 15 people because it was kind of an open house style, but you had to kind of check numbers with other people in line. And if your number was higher up, you know, you could cut in line in front of people. And so really only had to wait about 10 minutes at most, I would say. But I really enjoyed, he took the time to meet with each fan. I actually shared with him that story, my childhood story about missing out and then getting to meet him 35 years later. And he was really tickled. It was pretty awesome. Like, he's like, you came back all this time later. And he couldn't believe that, you know, I was like 2 people before he had to go back. And so that was really special. I was able to get a photo with him, which I'll show you guys at some point. I haven't gotten it developed yet, but I decided to get this baseball signed, which is really awesome. I'm going to take this off here. So I decided to get this baseball sign that I have, you know, official Major League Ball. Had him sign it. He's got a nice signature. Unfortunately, got a little loopy there with the stitches, but that's okay. And then the 90 World Series champs inscription. So it ended up being $92, so that's not bad. I actually got this really cool display case from Fanatics for, I want to say it was like $40 plus shipping and tax, but it's got a neat little glove there that just kind of holds the ball. And then it's got this really cool like box that just slips over there. And then, as you guys can see, I'll flip it up a little bit, but it has the scores of all 4 games of the 1990 World Series. And I think it's pretty awesome. It's just a neat neat display piece. And then I also went ahead and got this photo. They were $5, but this is a picture of him. Okay, move it out there so you guys can see the whole thing. Jumping up, basically, that's his expression after the Reds won the World Series. That's kind of one of the more famous photos. So that was pretty cool to get to commemorate. I initially was going to have him sign this, but then I came up with the idea with the ball, and I found this display case. Unfortunately, I didn't have the display case when I went to see him to get the autograph, but I did have the ball. And then this is just a cool card I have. This is also from the 1990 World Series. I don't know if this is after their 4th win or just one of their wins in Oakland, but this is from 2022 Topps Series 2. It's it's a short print. So anyways, just wanted to tell you guys that story. I think it's awesome. It's never too late to meet your childhood hero. That's what I told Barry Larkin, and he really appreciated that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this story. If you do, please drop a comment below. Let me know what you think of, you know, getting to meet Barry Larkin or some of these things here. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and please like, comment, subscribe.